You have to phonetically speak it because as a Kenyan, that's how we learned.
No, that's like saying Kenyans you have to say knife. Come on.
Kenyans don't know English.
What do you mean? Nonsense, knife. What are you trying to achieve?
Someone said a jove. So, I don't know. Welcome to the show.
Yeah.
We're glad to be back.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching.
Yes.
We love you.
We love you.
We like you a lot. I don't know about love. Love is a strong word.
We like you a lot. We like you the way people like. So I wanted to ask. I'm on my period. We're all very excited together as a uterus collective. When you date girls and they're on their period, unafanyanga?
Hugs and
you leave them alone.
Yeah, you leave them alone. You give a hug
Oh,
and you fuck off.
Hug me?
Huh?
Well, you don't hug me because we're not dating, but we're friends.
Okay. Yeah.
Thanks. Squish a bit, not too much because uterus. And then when you squeeze, it'll just gush out. Thanks.
What?
So
is that how it works?
No, because like when you
squeeze.
It's not far from the truth. So hugs and staying away.
Yes.
Okay.
Just basically being more attentive and more empathetic.
Okay, but aren't you attentive and empathetic generally?
Be more.
How do you be more? Is it like a switch where you?
It's like extra.
Now increase your empathy level.
My empathy levels are just those of if you're within my area of influence, you will receive empathy. When it's the period, you have to have empathy, even like extending to the supermarket. Like if you're in the supermarket and she says I'm rolling, you're like, okay, does she want chocolate?
Yes, good job.
You have to extend the empathy.
But if I didn't tell you,
other situations are just like I'm in the supermarket, I'm going, but we're not dating. That's what information I need to know.
You don't have friends? Okay, so cool. So what I did want to talk about today also is something that I feel that should affect everyone, but doesn't necessarily. So I think like guys, because they're guys, through no fault of their own, don't understand what walking around in a place with men as a woman is, right?
When a woman is leaving the house, she has to think about what she's wearing, depending on whether she's driving or taking a matatu. Now you can proceed. Like
the specific jobs that you would go on and there's jobs that you won't go on. There's like, sometimes you won't take an Uber. Like there's different things that make women more vulnerable. So, when we were talking about it on the thread, because we were talking about how with all of how everyone is in Hollywood is a sexual assault predator person, and how women tend to be like very scared of coming forward and talking about it and stuff. What is it that men can do to make women feel safer in terms of talking about sexual assault, in terms of being in public spaces with women, in terms of being in public spaces with women at night? What can men do?
Step one for men to make women feel safer. Shut your mouth. Listen. When you are told something, listen.
Instead of saying, but that doesn't make sense.
No, listen.
But I don't do that.
Listen.
But me, I don't.
Listen.
Linda! Sorry.
Linda or Lawrence, listen.
Also listen, Lawrence.
Alliteration.
I know, it's
all the L's.
Yes. Are there things that you consciously do to make women feel safe? Like if a woman walks into a house party and you're at the house party and you see she's looking a bit like nervous. Like do you ever notice when chicks are feeling antsy?
Yeah.
Or...
I notice because I'm super observant nowadays.
I knew he was going to say that. Like I knew he was going to be like, I noticed. When you notice, what do you usually do to kind of like make her feel
First,
more
because you're a man, a woman who's uncomfortable is something that's going to be very difficult for you to deal with. So I usually look for someone who I know who's not a man and tell them she looks uncomfortable. You want to go talk to her and see if she's okay and see if there's something that we can fix in this situation. What's making her uncomfortable? If there is, we'll fix it. If there isn't, I don't know. There's like nothing we can do there if it's not an environmental thing. But recently I was at a party and I had to physically remove another man from the space of another woman. A party at an office. Okay. An office party for some office people. So this chick was she was standing there talking. Music was loud. slightly drunk. But I looked up and I noticed the look on her face and the look on the guy's face, who was super drunk. The thing that guys do when they're being threatening, but they think they're being non-threatening by putting their hands behind the back and tilting their head down like they're listening, but they're not hearing anything.
They're looming.
They're looming. So she was saying, you need to leave me alone. If you want to go home, you tell me now, I get the taxi, or you just go and do your... She was saying something to the effect of, stop, leave. And the guy was just like, no, I don't want to. I had to get there, I had to stand in the middle. I don't know any of these people, by the way. I know none of them, the man or the woman. And I was like, dude, you need to back off. Go. There's two solutions. Do what she's saying or you don't do what she's saying. Either way, you need to step off because you're clearly making her uncomfortable. I don't know why you can't see that. Yeah, that was one thing you can do in a party type situation. Physically step in, because men sometimes are oblivious, obnoxious, a combination of both. I don't know.
So do you feel like sometimes like men can be hesitant also to talk to like intervene in situations where
yeah,
you don't know
they're definitely mostly hesitant.
Like at the club, if you see a guy chapping a chick,
because then you get into the shit as well.
Yeah.
But that's the problem. You need to get into the shit to be able to start having meaningful conversations and to give real solutions to these problems. This is the reason why if you've ever wondered why you're being called trash and you've never done anything bad, it's because you watch people doing some bad shit.
And therefore you're complicit in the trash dump.
You're complicit, yes.
You're also an heir to the trash dump.
Hey, an heir!
Yeah. For me, like even on a smaller scale, like when situations are not like immediately threatening. For example, if I'm walking in town, yesterday I was walking in town and it was nighttime and I was walking with Kylie, and then guys don't notice how, because guys don't feel threatened by other guys often.
Because guys are not leering at other guys.
And guys are not leering at other guys. Guys are usually, how do I explain? They're not the ones who are the most vulnerable. Not that people are not vulnerable.
Cocooned.
They're cocooned. Like they're not the ones who are most vulnerable.
Vulnerabilities.
So a chick who is usually the vulnerable person in a situation where physical strength is concerned is always concerned about the people who have that physical strength around her. So if you're walking in town and if I'm walking in town and a guy is walking super close to me, immediately I'll be like, why are you walking so close to me? I've heard a lot of women, or I've read about a lot of women who say when a guy crosses a road, just to show that he is non-threatening, it's helpful. Because a guy who is threatening is going to stay on the same road as you, or he's going to reach out and grab you. My tattoo touts.
But also guys grab everybody.
I don't want
But there are more on
they
women.
Don't grab everybody.
They grab everybody. For sure.
Good.
They have no concept of personal space for anybody.
They don't, but you see...
But it's worse for women.
It's worse for women because men know that the men can beat them up or whatever. Women, they just feel like entitled to be like, come sweetie, not your sweetie, not your sister, not your anything.
None of them.
So I guess that's another thing, because it's not only my tattoo touts who do unnecessary touch. Like, I find unnecessary touch unnecessary, but also like threatening. Like if you feel so comfortable touching me and you don't know my ass, what else are you gonna feel comfortable doing? Do you know what I mean? And that because also a lot of the time when a woman is trying to be like, please stop touching me or stop touching me, they'll be like, oh, now you're feeling sweet, you wouldn't buy blah blah blah.
No, stop.
Or the whole, and then it always veers into a sexual discussion for utatomba anyway. Who was that who was told that? Some nonsense. Like just some nonsense. Anyway, so listen, if you see something going on, stop it. Please don't come super near women. Please don't come super near people. What are other ways that men can make women feel safe when they're in the same space?
Don't be unnecessarily aggressive.
Yes. No means
like,
no, means
If you hear maybe there's a chance. If you hear no, even if there's a chance, just take it as a no. Err on the side of caution. Take it as a no, fuck off. If she's interested, like, listen, I said no. Or if she's sensitive, I don't know how to say this thing.
Yes, I'm waiting for you to say it.
If she wants your stories enough, she'll come look for you after telling you no. Like, listen, I didn't actually mean no.
But
like, listen, bitch, say yes if you meant yes.
Or maybe
if you said maybe. Or if you change your mind, that's also okay.
Yeah, maybe she changed her mind and now she's looking for the day.
It's okay.
Yeah.
But if you get a no, just take it as that. Don't try to interpret it. Don't just take it as a no. If it was a soft maybe, that's now a problem of the future. You're like, if you meet again, you'll meet again. Otherwise, right now, it's just take it as a no and bounce.
A soft maybe.
That's all.
Soft maybe.
Because people do that generally.
Oh, another thing.
I got told that once. It's like I said no, but I wanted you to work hard. I'm like, fam, fuck off.
Just say,
No,
So-
they're just like,
so
no,
should
that
you have
story is
told her-
done. It's a wrap.
so are girl supposed to say, listen, I just want you to work harder?
No, just don't say no, say maybe.
Oh, okay.
Or say that.
Okay.
That's a thing that you can say.
Okay.
It's like, I like you, but you're not showing me effort. You're not showing
Yeah.
me. Show us some hustle.
Yes, show some hustle. Another thing that I think that guys can do to make women feel safer is take rejection better. So like sometimes when you reject guys and they turn into like these monsters, like whereas before they were like, oh my gosh, you're so great and so beautiful. As soon as you say no, they're like, you bitch! Yeah, I'm gonna fuck you and your mama. I'm gonna follow you home. I'm gonna stab you. I'm gonna slit your throat. It's just like, fam.
Men should be accustomed to rejection because that's like 90% of the interaction you have with women anyway.
But you know that there are men who don't take
Yes.
rejection well.
Yes.
In fact, some men,
those men and most women don't take rejection very well.
like, which is why like when guys they know they haven't slept with a chick, but they're like, I slept with her last week and she was da 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 da, even though they know
That's
they
some
haven't.
dumb
It's
shit.
just
I
because
don't know why
they've
you do it.
rejected. So I think also in that sense, because that for me that would make me feel unsafe. Even being seen with this guy who is constantly talking about these guys, because that's a mess with my
Reputations.
yeah, that's like reputational. Like I don't mind if I
Emotions.
actually did it. If I fucked you, that's different. But if I didn't, and you're just saying some shit, it's unnecessary. Also, it's threatening to a woman when men are like, "You're a bitch," because
That's
there's a lot of men who can follow up.
aggravation,
You're
yeah.
a bitch. Yes, exactly. They follow up.
He's getting
"You're a bitch."
aggravated by
Exactly.
someone's personal choices,
Exactly.
which is not something you should do.
Exactly.
Because it doesn't affect you.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
I mean, if she done one, she done one.
The only way it affects you if it says yes. That means the guy is a pussy.
Women take cues, right? Like, or humans take cues, but women specifically take cues according to how men treat the women who they are also around. So if you have a friend who's super drunk at a party and like you take care of her and another woman sees that, it makes her feel safer in the environment because she knows that there's a chance that she won't be like taken advantage of or left to choke and vomit, such things, because she has seen you to do it. Yeah. Do you feel unsafe around women?
Me,
Yeah.
I generally don't feel unsafe. And
Must be nice.
it must be great. Privilege. Male privilege. These are the things you hear about on the news.
On the news.
That's a factor of ego, size, and physical abilities. It's nothing to do with, it stems from being a man, but then it just goes on just my personality.
What makes you feel unsafe then?
Dark streets at night, guns, knives, bad cooking.
Makes you feel unsafe.
Unsafe.
How did you handle boarding school?
Not very well.
Got
I ate
it.
nuts. I
Yeah,
became
it's
skinny.
true. It's true. you
Yeah,
ate
yeah.
nuts.
I don't feel unsafe generally, but there are certain women who have made me feel uncomfortable and unsafe.
How so?
But their behaviors. There's some women who, for a lack of better phrase or phraseology, act like men. Like they're hyper aggressive. Let me give you an example. There's a party I went to. It was at a club on Gong Road, and I won. On that day, I felt like having wine, because I like wine. So this woman felt the need to tell me what my sexual orientation was and that I'm not manly because I'm drinking wine, and proceeded to question and berate me the whole night.
The whole night?
Yeah, I was there for like 45 minutes. The entire time I was there, she was just busy trying to be in my space. I moved to a different table, she came looking for me. I was like, now this is threatening, because the only thing I know what to do now is leave, or now just become aggressive, and I'm not about that life. So I fucked off.
Like you left the party. When you say she was behaving like a man, and then you followed that up with hyper aggressive, you feel like men are hyper aggressive?
Yeah.
Okay.
For no reason.
Okay.
Maybe it's testosterone. Maybe they need to find a sport, a hobby. They need an outlet, because they're hyper aggressive to everybody. Like a guy gets drunk and he decides he wants to now pour all the alcohol on himself, even if it's not his alcohol. He wants to fight everybody.
Yeah.
He wants to fight the bouncer who is 7,000 times his size. Like, guys, just be relaxed. Do something.
What do you do?
I'm not that guy. I'm not hyper aggressive. Hyper testosterone is not my thing. I used to play sports, but there's no more sports anymore.
What do you mean there's no more sports? They stopped sports in the world.
Yeah, obvious. You didn't hear? There was a bulletin on the Twitter. Listen, observe. As men, that's one thing that you need to be able to do. And listen from a point of, this is a human being telling me a thing that is important to them. Otherwise, they would not be saying it.
But how do you make someone understand the importance of, like, you can't teach someone how to observe.
That's what I'm saying. They have to listen. They have to learn to listen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you teach someone how to be observant?
Yes.
Okay. How? You take them around and say like,
These are the
observe.
cues. These are the things you're looking
In
for.
the wild.
Look at this thing happening. Look at this man. Observe how his hand is on her shoulder, and they just met. And look at her face and how her body language is in reaction to his hand being on the shoulder. Notice how she's uncomfortable. But you, being the man, you're just like, yeah, she was into it. She was just there chilling. If she didn't want, she would have removed my hand.
Oh my gosh, rule of thumb: just don't touch people unnecessarily. My gosh.
First of all, me don't touch me.
Like, first of all, like
Personally, me don't touch me.
personally,
Because I'm a fuck shit up.
just ask people before you can touch them.
And that's for everybody.
I don't know.
Personal space
Yeah.
is a thing.
Or fart, and people will go away. Let us know how you feel safe when you feel unsafe and what men can do about it. Just trying to make the world a better place.
Yes.
See y'all next week.
This is like, share, subscribe.